Welcome back. So since I'm not using generics, you'll see I'll have to rewrite a lot of the code, and later on we can then clean that up. But let's just get started. The first thing I always do is decide on the interface. So we need something like the iCustomerRepository interface, just called the iOrderRepository. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go into the customer app data access layer right here, and we're going to right click and say add, and we're going to say new item. We're going to select interface right here, and we're going to call it iOrderRepository. Now notice this is just going to be repository. This is just going to be the interface. So no worries there. There we got it, and the first thing I do is making it public instead of internal so others can actually read it. And then I kind of need all the code that we already have available inside the iCustomerRepository, this guy. We just need it for an order instead, and that's kind of why it could be generic. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it in. Yes, I know I'm lazy. I'm going to grab the order here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Notice it's exactly the same. All I need to do is actually get the entities in here, and there we go. So now we have the order ready with the order repository. That was how simple it was to actually create the interface. Now we need to do the implementation as well, of course, but the interface is just the same like the one we have for the customer repository, right? No difference at all. Let's go into to repositories and create the one for the order repository now. So I'm going back here, and I'm going to right click and say add new class this time. So I'm just selecting class directly. I don't have to find it in the list. It'll just default to class, and I'm going to call this order repository like that, and then I can just press add or enter, and there we go. Now we have this class available, and that is actually going to be internal, so that's fine. And notice I didn't call it fake DB or empty framework memory or stuff like that, because this is going to now actually start being real domain logic, and the other ones I kind of used the name to show you guys how easy it was to switch between the different contexts. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to make a real application. To call yourself an order repository, you need to use the iOrderRepository interface. And I'll just right click here and just ask it to actually implement the interface. And then we get all our different pieces of information here. So that's actually all we had to do. Now we have the create, delete, and the read. Notice still no update, because updating is for unit of work and actually not for the repository. So there we go. It's all ready to actually implement. And we'll do that in the next lesson, because I don't want this video to be too large. So we'll just have to figure out how we can actually implement this order repository in the next lesson. See you next time.